What's up, y'all? Ooh, it smells good in here. What y'all cooking?
Let's all gather round. Lots of cooking now. Chop it on, that's all time, yeah. We can get by with good food and wine. Tell me what's on the menu. Kenisha, what we gon' do? The table is ready. We got all the spices. All we need is you. So come on through. Live through the food. What's on the menu?
I like it.
Hey y'all, this is the season finale of What's on the Menu, and this episode is a full circle moment to what brings us here today. And it is about nutrition, healthy eating, and learning new creative ways to play around with foods. Collard greens. Collard greens is so beautiful. And we have some chopped collard greens here because I'm going to show you another way to eat them without hot sauce and vinegar. And y'all know how we boil them for Thanksgiving. But kids in foster care are not eating nutritious meals, and that is what this platform is about, to talk about stories that simmer beneath our society and to educate you all so we can all develop new healthy habits. So today, I have someone who's going to teach us all about the benefits of collard greens, different ways to eat it, and it's going to be, y'all know I like to try new foods and stuff like that, so I'm excited. This is going to be my first time ever eating it this way, and y'all already know if y'all try this recipe, tag us and let us know how it goes. So I would like to do the honors of welcoming Ashley from Eat Well Exchange.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Carter. I'm a registered dietitian and the co-founder of Eat Well Exchange. What we do is we teach you how to eat healthy using cultural food. So collard greens is a perfect example, something we all grew up eating, but we never learned the health benefits. I'm here to show you that eating healthy is not that hard, and you can still achieve good health while eating foods that you're familiar with.
While eating good, because y'all know we all love to eat good. That's always the goal. We just want our food to taste good, right? Okay, so we have the collard greens, we have the cut collard greens, and then we have a bunch of seasonings that's gonna bring the flavor together. What are we cooking?
We're making collard green pesto. Yay!
Oh, look, wait. Oh, okay, look, we gonna do that again. Look, what are we making?
Collard green pesto. Yay!
But this is my first time. I never even heard of collard green pesto. Every time when we talk about collard greens, we just boil them, and I always just put hot sauce on them, and that's how I know how to eat them. So what is the first step, Ashley?
Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is get collard greens. Okay. So you have your collard green, and just to show you how to cut it, I know it's already cut up for us today, but to cut collard greens, you're going to cut along the stem. So you're going to take out this hard stem. Do we want to demonstrate?
Now, y'all know, yes. Now, the funny thing about how Ashley's telling us to do it, now, my grandma, you know what? I don't even use a knife, right? Look, this is
just
how.
break it.
And then we just
pull it right off. The main thing is getting that hard, tough stem out. And then after that, we're going to roll it up.
Yep.
Nice and tight. Well, sorry, the first step before all of this is cleaning your collard greens. Because collard greens, it has all those different folds in it. So you want to make sure you clean it from any dirt, bugs, anything that could be on your collard green, just like any vegetable that's outside.
Just so you guys are not questioning if these collard greens are clean, I washed them before we started cooking.
So now you're just going to chop it up. And this is the same first step that you typically take if we were going to make collard greens. So you're just washing them, cutting it off the stem, and then chopping them into
strips. If y'all
strips.
don't believe me, I don't want to just add it to the bowl.
I trust you. And they look clean, too.
Yes, so.
Collard greens are just so pretty. It's such like a vibrant, nice green.
What I have seen in my experience in the foster care system is that kids are often eating microwavable food, frozen food, never fresh veggies. Why do we need to consume fresh veggies? What are the nutrients of fresh veggies and these specific collard greens?
So fresh vegetables are important because they give us different vitamins and minerals. So collard greens is really, really good for us because it has a lot of iron. And we know most of us have low iron or have been told that we're anemic at some point in our life. Also, it has vitamin K, and that helps our blood move throughout our body. And I want to say most importantly, collard greens help with mental health. So green leafy vegetables are going to help with blood flow, and also that blood flow goes to our brain, which will help with our mental health. And we know that's important for all of us, but particularly someone that's in foster care can definitely benefit from having all those different nutrients.
So what I'm doing right now is chopping up some bell peppers while Ashley tells us about the nutrients of fresh veggies and collard greens. And quick question.
Yes.
Do you need me to slice these any smaller?
A little bit smaller. They're just
Okay.
gonna go right on top of the bruschetta.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So while you're cutting those peppers, I do want to highlight some benefits based off of color. So we said these collard greens are green, which are good for our brain and mental health. Everything red, like your tomatoes, watermelon, strawberries, they all have a compound called lycopene, and lycopene is good for our heart. So, and then we have orange. Everyone knows what orange is good for. Our eyes. So orange foods are good for our eyes, our skin, and also our hair. And if you don't remember any of these benefits, it's okay. What you do need to remember is just include a variety of colors every time you eat. So I would tell anyone that is watching or anyone that is in foster care to ensure that you're getting as many colors as possible every time you have a meal.
That's good to know because I didn't even know that.
Most people don't. And that's the thing to remember, that we're not really taught about nutrition in school anymore. We have health classes, but you really don't go that in depth when it comes to vitamins and minerals. So that's why what I do as a dietitian is important, because I'm giving these benefits and this information that we're just not receiving anywhere else.
So one thing that I mentioned was that kids in foster care are eating a lot of frozen foods, right? Why shouldn't kids consume so much of frozen foods?
Well, frozen foods are going to have a lot of sodium. So in order to keep that food frozen and to keep it fresh for a longer time, they use preservatives. And those preservatives are usually high in salt. So if you're only eating foods like ramen noodles, things that are frozen, or like those packaged foods that you just heat up, all of those are high in sodium. And that's an issue because sodium is not good for our heart. It leads to us having higher cholesterol and also high blood pressure. So we want to make sure that we keep those foods down. And I'm not trying to say you can never have them, because if your choice is a frozen meal or nothing, eat the frozen meal. But you don't want that to be everything you're eating. And also you can balance it out with some fresh options too. So if all you had was like a frozen lasagna, you could try to cook some green leafy vegetables to add on the side. Even broccoli you can add to the side. So that way you're adding more vegetables to what you have.
And I'm just dicing these really as small as I can. So we can add them on top of the bruschetta.
That's one of those words. It just sounds so fancy when you say it. I'm making bruschetta.
Okay, so I think that this is enough.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So, foster homes, foster parents, let's try to move away from all of the frozen foods and provide fresh veggies for the youth. Because you know what I fear is that if you are in foster care for so many years and you linger in the system, you consume so much frozen foods, which once you get out of foster care, that is a health issue that you're going to have to deal with long term. So I think that we do have the capacity and the knowledge to provide more nutritional food options to kids experiencing foster care. So that's my message for today.
Yes.
And I'm slicing the grape tomatoes. Ashley is...
We're getting started with our collard green pesto.
We're getting started with the collard green pesto. And you made a comment, why should we cook with garlic?
So garlic and onions are called aromatics. The root word is aroma, which is smell. So that means when we're cooking with garlic, you're going to smell it. So anybody that walks into the kitchen is going to say, what's that you're cooking? Like, what is that? And that's what gets you started ready to eat. So if we cook with more garlic and onions, it gets our mind and our body ready to start eating food.
Okay.
So we're more willing to try something new.
And that just goes to like mental health, right? Like
Yes.
if you smell the good food, you're gonna be like, what's that? Oh, what y'all in there cooking? Ooh.
Yes. And not to get too sciencey, but we have something called the gut-brain axis, and that connects our stomach to our brain.
Okay.
So that's why when you get nervous, that's something happening in your brain, right? But where do the butterflies happen?
In your stomach.
And then also sometimes the foods we put into our stomach affect our mental health and can lead to depression and anxiety too. So it's so important that we're mindful of that interaction between our brain and also our stomach.
That is good to know. I am learning a lot. Well, and I would say that I'm learning a lot, which is basically bringing everything in that full circle moment to everything that I already do in my life.
Yeah, definitely. So I put the collard greens in. Next, I'm going to add the garlic. They're full cloves, but we just chop them in half so that way it's easier for the blender to break them down.
These grape tomatoes are nicely sliced.
They're so pretty.
They are. They are. And we're finished with this. Okay, so what is next?
So next we're going to add our sunflower seeds. Who grew up eating sunflower seeds?
Me. I love ranch sunflower seeds.
Yes, so sunflower seeds are a source of protein, and also they're going to add like a nuttiness to this pesto that we're making. Okay. Traditional pesto has walnuts, but this is a great way to do it being allergy free.
Okay, so if you have allergies, sunflower seeds is your go-to.
Yes. And as you see, I'm not measuring anything. So you can just kind of go with it.
Do as you will. Do as you will. I know we have lemon juice, pepper, Parmesan, and Italian seasoning to go next. So where we at?
We're going to add some of the Italian seasoning. And just a little sprinkle of this. And Italian seasoning is just going to add a lot of fresh herbs to this. Because when it comes to a pesto, you want it to be very like earthy, but also kind of like fragrant. You want it to smell very good and taste very great. And it's going to be a nice green sauce. So that Italian seasoning will add to that. And now we can add the salt and pepper.
Okay, so why do I feel, okay, so this is the pepper. Y'all know I love to do the pinch method
Go for it.
I'm scared to add too much. So you tell me, well, you know what? I'm going to let my ancestors guide me.
Ancestors guide you.
Right? And I think 3 pinches is always key. I think, okay, then
You can do the salt. So if we did 3 pinches of the pepper for the salt, probably just 1.
Okay.
And as you notice with this recipe, it's very flexible because that takes the stress away from cooking.
This is a liquid, right? So I don't want to, you tell me.
That's perfect.
Okay.
A good thing about using lemon or lime when cooking is it amplifies the flavor. So the reason why you use salt is because it brings the flavor out of your food. Salt itself isn't really what you want. It's bringing out the flavor that you want. So if we use anything acidic like lemon, lime, even a vinegar, that's going to bring out the flavor. So that's why you can use half the amount of salt and just add lime or lemon instead.
Okay. Okay. What are we adding?
Yes. We're going to add some truffle oil. We're trying something new today.
Yes. So we do have fun on this show. So we're going to try the truffle oil. It's black truffle infused olive oil that we're trying, right? So.
And regularly, I just use regular olive oil. So if you use this one, great, it'll add a nice truffle taste to it. But if you want to buy the olive oil, if that's what you have at home, that's fine too. But this is a nice way to upgrade.
I wanted to try this. I keep seeing this in the grocery store, so I'm like, I want to try this.
You got a little bit more. And that's perfect. And now the only thing that we have left is just our Parmesan cheese. So all pestos typically have Parmesan, so this is going to add kind of like a creaminess, and also it's going to add some more flavor too to our collard green pesto. Just add that in there. I'll put a little bit more. And now it's time for the fun. And if you do have small kids at home, this is the part where you call them into the kitchen to blend, because we know all kids love to use the blender.
Okay, so I'm gonna be the kid today, and I'm gonna blend.
And then you can stop it and shake it.
You say what?
You can stop it and shake it. There we go. And you get your cardio in with this recipe, all the shaking and moving.
We gonna put it back on?
Yep, put it back on, because we want to blend it down to a nice sauce. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, now you can stop it. Let's see. There we go. We don't want it to be too liquidy. We want it to have like a nice consistency to it.
Okay.
This is also a good recipe for someone who does not like vegetables, because you'll completely forget that the collard greens, the garlic, and everything is in there.
You do get a little workout with this.
Yeah, and hold the bottom.
Okay. Teamwork makes
Yes.
the dream work, y'all. All right.
Yes.
Well, you can use a spoon, but Kenisha's gonna use what's right here.
Right, less dishes.
We want to make sure we get in everything.
So now this is our collard green pesto. From here, we can elevate it by putting it onto a pasta with some noodles, some shrimp. You can use this on top of salmon, chicken, or steak. But today we're going to use it right on top of some bruschetta or toast if you have that at home already.
Okay, so I think we got enough.
Yes. It smells so good. Yes.
It smells good. All the food on this show really do be smelling good. And I'm not just saying that because I am the curator of it. But what we are going to try the collard green pesto on today is bruschetta. And I've had bruschetta in different ways. I normally eat it on like a bruschetta bread when I go to different restaurants. But okay, so now we're going to
So this is the base for this, for the bruschetta. So we have the collard green pesto, and then from there now we can use all of those vegetables that you chopped up earlier, the peppers, the tomatoes. We can even put some more of the Parmesan cheese. We can put some of the Italian seasoning right on top. And this would be like a good snack, or this, like I said, if you use this pesto for something else, you can actually make it into a meal. And what I like to point out is how easy this was to make.
Yes.
So it doesn't take an hour. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients. Most of the things that we use, you probably already have at home. And this is something so easy and simple to make, and it's very nutritious. So it's something that anyone can recreate at home.
Okay, so now we're just gonna add things to our liking, right? I don't really like peppers on a lot of things. Like sometimes I'll opt out and I'll be like, don't put the peppers. But today I'm gonna try it with just the orange pepper on mine, right? Orange pepper.
And I'll put a red pepper on mine. Oh, let me do orange too because of tomatoes. So red, orange, there we go.
And then I'm gonna put a tomato on mine.
Tomato. And this looks so pretty. You want some cheese or anything?
I am going to add, let's switch mine. Okay, so.
And now this has become an art project where we're over here decorating the plate.
I'm going to add some Parmesan on mine. Do you want to add?
Yeah, I'll add some Parmesan on mine. Just a little sprinkle between the two.
And I am going to add some Italian seasoning on mine.
Oh, this is good. This is so pretty.
Yes. And I am going to top mine with some olive oil. Just a dab. Okay.
I'll actually take some of that too. At first I was kind of nervous, but that little dab you did was like the perfect amount. Hopefully I can recreate that. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
You want to toast? Cheers.
Cheers. To what we're cheering to the recreation of collard greens in a new way.
Yes. That's good.
This is what I love about food. When all of the taste, the ingredients blends together and you just taste all of the, that was good. I'm gonna give, that is a 10 snack. I'll give it an 11. That's a 10 snack. This is something so quick and easy. And me, I love to just kick back, watch a movie, have my glass of wine, and you can make you some pesto sauce on bruschetta crackers.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this recipe because it sounds so fancy, but really it's not that fancy because it's so easy to make and everything is so accessible, like as far as finding these ingredients at your local store. So it's a great, fun, delicious snack and very, very, very healthy.
So we are going to decorate. We're gonna finish our art project. You can help me do this. So
Of course.
as I prepare the rest of these bruschetta crackers with pesto, thank you all so much for staying tuned with us this season, and make sure you hit the bell so for next season, you know, you don't miss an episode. Subscribe, share your thoughts. If you try any of these recipes, be sure to follow kenishaskith on Instagram and TikTok and let us know what you think. If you were in foster care, would you like collard green pesto on made as bruschetta as a snack, an appetizer, as you prepare for dinner? I know I would.
Me too.